Welcome to Pour the Wine, It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary. And I'm pouring.
You're pouring the wine. What are you pouring tonight?
We're pouring a Chardonnay.
Hey, you surprised me with that. We're doing a Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Summertime whites.
Yeah, because it's been so hot lately.
Yeah, we do like cabs, but a Chardonnay will do.
In the summertime, yes, it will.
It will.
Especially on the porch.
Should we? Yes, on the porch. We get right to it?
Yes, let's do it.
Today, we're reviewing episode 2 of Holidazed, The Hill Family. It originally aired on November 14th, 2024 on Hallmark Plus. Holidazed is now airing as part of Christmas in July 2025 on the Hallmark Channel.
Yes.
2 episodes are dropping every single Sunday in July.
Ooh, people.
I'm assuming it's every single Sunday. I haven't mapped it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 episodes.
How many Sundays are
weeks,
there in July?
4
Don't have that
Sundays.
extra one in there, right?
There you go. And we would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, you can also leave us a review. And hopefully it's a positive review.
Hopefully it is. Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers and toes crossed. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and of course, Threads.
We are Pour the Wine, It's Rom-Com Time on all the socials. You can search for the name, not necessarily the @ because I think on Twitter we're Pour the Wine Rom.
Yeah.
@ Pour the Wine Rom. But if you search for the entire name, you'll find us.
Yes, you will.
Head on over to socials, like we just said, and let us know your thoughts about holidays, Christmas in July, or anything related to Hallmark or something we've talked about. Maybe you've liked or disliked one of our opinions.
Let us know.
Let us know. You can also email us at pourthewineitsromcomtime@gmail.com.
Yes. Do it.
Let us know your thoughts. Do it. That's very...
So, are we going to talk about who is in this particular episode?
We are. We didn't,
family?
for the review of episode number 1, we did not list all the actors and actresses because there were a whole ton of them.
Yes,
so we decided.
there were.
So the first episode showed a little bit of everybody.
Yep.
And then for 6 episodes, we're going to get each individual family. So we're going to talk about the actors and each individual episodes as we go along. And
Correct.
if we've already mentioned them in a previous episode, we won't redo everything.
Correct.
We'll just move on. And then the last episode will be everybody, so we won't have to do anybody again.
That's right.
So, all right. In The Hill Family, Erin Cahill plays Nora Jacobs. She has over 100 acting credits.
Ooh.
She's been in several Hallmark productions, including The Recent Journey to You in April of 2025 and Christmas at Sea, which is airing right now during Christmas in July. It's a docu-series about the Hallmark cruise last November. And I do believe that is airing on Monday nights in July. She was also in 5 episodes of Holidazed, Deck the Halls on Cherry Lane, The Christmas Quest, and Autumn at Apple Hill in 2024.
Awesome.
She was busy.
She was.
Busy. In 2023, she starred in Christmas on Cherry Lane, Hearts in the Game, and A Taste of Love.
Huh.
Some of her other work includes 2 episodes of Blue Ridge, the series, in 2024, It Snows All the Time in 2022. She was on 1 episode of 911 in 2018, and she appeared in 1 episode each of House, Castle, and The Ghost Whisperer in 2010.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's got some credits.
Ian Harding plays Josh Hill, and don't we love Ian Harding?
Yes.
Well, I do anyway, sorry. What a cutie patootie that one is.
Okay.
Along with the 3 Holidazed episodes, he was in 2 Hallmark movies, The Magic of Lemon Drops in 2024 and Ghosts of Christmas Always in 2022. And how much did we love Ghost of Christmas Always?
A bunch.
A bunch, really? That's your phrase.
I wanted to see the reaction on your face.
Okay, a bunch. We liked it a whole big bunch.
Yes, we did.
No, we really love that one. That one is that's like top level for us as far as Hallmark Christmas movies. It was so good, so cute.
Yep.
The Magic of Lemon Drops, I've heard really good things about. We haven't seen that one yet,
No,
but
we
we should
haven't.
watch that. But a lot of people really loved that one also.
Okay.
So we need to check that one out.
Put it on a list.
Some of his other work includes Our Little Secret, which was in 2024 on Netflix, and that was the one with Lindsay Lohan, where they had dated and then they broke up, and years later they find each other where she's like engaged or something, right? And she's at her like fiance's or boyfriend's house, and Kristen Chenoweth plays the mom of the boyfriend,
right.
And then she runs into him, to his character, and they have to act, and she wants him to act like he doesn't know her at all because she's never talked about that time in her life. So that was really cute.
That was a cute one too.
He was in one episode of Magnum PI in 2021, the updated version of Magnum PI.
I was going to say,
the OG Tom Selleck, Chicago Med. He was in 11 episodes in 2019, and he is mostly known for playing Ezra in 157 episodes of Pretty Little Liars from 2010 to 2017.
That was good.
A very popular series. I never watched it. Did you watch it?
Pretty Little Liars? It sounds familiar.
You're thinking of Big Little Lies.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No. Pretty Little Liars.
This is why I totally have you, because I can never remember the names. That's right.
Big Little Lies with Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman. Yeah, no.
If you haven't noticed already, I am not good with remembering episode names.
Or series names.
Names.
That was Pretty Little Liars, entirely different series. Okay.
No, I did not see
The Little was in there. I mean, I'll give you that. And liars and lies. Okay, all right. I'm trying to help you out.
Thank you.
Naomi Gonzalez plays Gabby Camarena. Now, she is in this episode briefly, so we're going to talk about her work when we get to the Camarena family, which is episode number 6.
Sounds good.
Sebastian Billingsley Rodriguez. This kid has 25 acting credits, and he is 12.
He's 12?
He's 12 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that crazy? In addition to the 3 episodes of Holidazed, he was in 3 Wiser Men and a Boy. Both of these were in 2024, Christmas on My Mind, and 1 episode of When Calls the Heart in 2019. A few of his other work includes voice work in Cocomelon Lane, which is on Netflix. He voiced 15 episodes between 2023 and 2025. He was in the movie The Best Christmas Pageant Ever in 2024. He was in 1 episode of Nancy Drew in 2021 and the updated version of The X-Files in 2018.
Cool.
Well, not updated, I guess, revamped. It was still
right.
Yeah,
I think
David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. Yep. Gwyneth Walsh plays Lorraine Hill. Her first acting credit goes all the way back to 1983, so she has more than 100 listed. So she's been working for a minute.
Good for
She's
her.
done several Hallmark movies, including The Secret Ingredient in 2020, and that actually also starred Erin Cahill.
Okay.
She was in Homegrown Christmas and It's Christmas Eve in 2018. In 2017, she was in My Favorite Wedding, Like Cats and Dogs, and A Haley Dean Mystery. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some of her other work includes Virgin River, 43 episodes from 2019 to 2024. She was in the TV series The 100, 2 episodes in 2019. Continuum, one that you really liked.
Yes.
1 episode in 2014. 52 episodes of Da Vinci's Inquest between 1998 and 2002.
Okay.
And she was in 1 episode of ER in 2000. ER. That comes around occasionally.
Yeah.
Barry Levy plays Sam Hill, Josh's mom. Now, Lorraine Hill's Josh's mom. I'm sorry, Sam Hill's Josh's dad. Excuse me.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. He's been around for a minute also and has over 100 acting credits.
My goodness.
He's done a ton of Hallmark productions, along with 3 episodes of Holidays in 2024. He was also in Leah's Perfect Gift. He played Leah's dad.
Okay.
That's why it looks familiar.
Yeah.
And the movie called Just in Time. He was in The Wedding Contract and The Wedding Veil Expectations in 2023, 8 Gifts of Hanukkah, and Advice to Love By in 2021, and Christmas at Dollywood in 2019, just to name a few.
Wow.
Some of his other work includes Fire Country, 1 episode in 2024.
Okay.
A Million Little Things.
Oh,
We really liked
like
that.
Yeah.
2019 for 1 episode. He was in 7 episodes of Scandal. Ooh, between 2012 and 2017. 1 episode of Mad Men.
Another good series.
In 2014. And he was in the original X-Files for 3 episodes in between 1996 and 1997.
So we have 2 people.
Well,
right.
one was more recent than,
No, I know.
BJ Harrison plays Mrs. Kaiser. Now these are three, like, they all three have huge amounts of acting credits. She has almost 150.
Oh my goodness.
She's been in many Hallmark productions, including Sealed with a List in 2023, A Royal Runaway Romance in 2022, A Second Chance at Love also in 2022, The Christmas House, Jingle Bell Bridge, and A Ruby Herring Mystery Prediction Murder in 2020. And she was in the Signed, Sealed, Delivered Higher Ground movie in 2017.
Okay.
We're not to that one yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Some of her other work includes Family Law. She was in 8 episodes of that between 2022 and 2024. A Million Little Things, 1 episode in 2023. The series Made, that was on Netflix, I believe, for 6 episodes in 2021. And I think the star of that is Andie MacDowell's daughter. Andie MacDowell from The Way Home.
Right. Okay.
She was also in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina for 5 episodes. We really like that. From 2018 to 2020. She also was in Da Vinci's Inquest for 1 episode in 2002. And she, too, was in the original X-Files. Here it comes in again. I had to mention it for 2 episodes between 1994 and 1997.
Wow. That's awesome. So is that it with the list?
For now. For now. That's it for the list.
That was a long list, people. Well, as you probably know by now, this is the part where we go, well, we're probably going to give away some spoilers.
Probably.
So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it and then come back to our review. So,
yeah,
you've been warned.
You have been warned. So,
man. So, what are your thoughts? What did you think?
Do you want me to drop the synopsis first?
I did it again. I did it again.
We jumped to that. I know.
Why am
and
I
don't want to
doing
interrupt
that?
you because you're just doing so
I know,
good.
I'm just look,
I was just drinking my wine while you were moving on without
I'm in my
any kind
own
of drops.
bubble. I'm just it's all about me tonight. Woo, let it go.
I'm enjoying the wine. It's fine.
Let's drop the synopsis.
Okay, here we go. Josh is doing community service helping with a Christmas display. He assists Theo, son of Sheriff Nora, with his ornament competition entry. As he works with Theo and Nora, Josh reevaluates his work, relationship, and family dynamics.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was a pretty good description. That was lengthy. Usually they're just like a sentence.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty good.
I know. I go to sip a wine during that section and it's like, oh, I can't.
You're done. Yep. Done. Yeah. You don't have enough time for wine with the synopsis, usually. All right. So what did you think of this episode of Holidazed? What's your first take?
I loved it. I loved the scenery. I loved the setup of all the places that they shot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I really liked it.
Yes.
And I loved the slow pace of how the characters developed in this one.
Okay.
So, yes, I liked
it. You
loved it.
You loved it. You loved it. You're going with love, not just liked.
Exciting and new.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right. What'd you think?
And you haven't even had any of your wine yet, have you?
I know.
And we're singing. Okay.
Look at you. What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were the same. I really, really enjoyed this episode. I love Ian Harding as Josh. I mean, I know I was joking earlier about he's a cutie patootie, but I just
joke. He's cute. He's cute.
I just love. Oh, okay. No, I love his character because it's so up my alley. His sort of like witty, sarcastic sense of humor. Like I love his one-liners. I really, like you said, the development. We really do learn a lot in this episode.
Yes, a lot.
About him and maybe his past and about Nora and her past. And I mean, we learned a little bit in the first episode, but this really expanded on that. And they did just such a good job in one episode of that particular storyline. And I'm sure the rest of them are going to be the same for each family.
Right.
But they really do. I mean, it's hard to believe we only watched one episode.
I know.
And we know, all this information. So like you said, I really enjoyed the pace, the flow of it. I enjoyed the writing of it.
Yes.
We laughed. We don't We try not to talk about things before we get on the pod because we want to save things, but we were laughing and we're like, oh, that was cute. You know, like we kind of just gave little tidbits during this because we couldn't help it. So I enjoyed it. It was a great advancement of the storyline for that family, I felt like.
Yes, I thought so too.
Yes.
But man, I'm telling you, I think we might have to watch it in separate rooms because the more we keep watching these, the more I want to say something to you.
I know. You're so bad. You're like, I'm trying not to say no.
See me over there.
A couple things we've watched, I've been like, okay, just tell me because I know you can't stand it.
I know. And
it's just been one little thing, but
and I don't like to ruin it.
We don't talk too much, or you'll start saying something and I'll go stop.
Yes.
I don't want to hear la 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 la.
Yes.
Save it for the pod. Save it for the pod.
I know.
But this one was really cute. I mean, we could tell each other, we both, you know, by our reactions that we both really enjoyed it.
Right.
Just by our reactions throughout watching it. So, I mean, it starts off with, you know, Josh is talking to his girlfriend, Stacy, right?
Yeah.
And so they're talking and he kind of brings up Nora, like in conversation, and she's like, who's Nora? You know, like, oh, who's that? Who's that? And Stacy is his girlfriend, fiance,
girlfriend / business partner.
Right. Right. And he goes, I like the line when he said, I was always the guy who was most likely to, well, everything.
Wasn't that funny? That was so funny.
And then he said, and she was my lab partner. And I just thought that was so funny. You know, I cracked up because you know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
Yes, say anything. Yes, that's my favorite.
Anything with John Cusack.
Yes, I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen.
Only it probably would have been Nora doing that with him. But I just, when he said, I don't know, it just reminded me of that line. Like, even though, you know, it's not the same connotation, but it just, I don't know. That's what I thought of. But I thought that was really funny. So, and then you find out his parents. So he gets off the phone with his girlfriend, right? And he's got to go do community service.
Yes.
And his parents won't let him drive the car.
They took away the keys.
He's like a grown man. And they're like, you can't drive our car, dude. Like, we're on retirement income.
That's
I thought
right.
that was really funny, too.
That was so
this is
good.
all like the beginning of the episode. He's like, where are the keys? Like, what do you mean I can't drive it?
It's like he was 18 all over again.
Like, how do I get there? And they're like, well... You can walk, you can...
Or I can take you.
I can drop
you off. And what does his dad say when he drops him off? He says something like, don't break anything or something like that.
Does he really?
Yeah, something like that.
I think I might have missed that.
As he's pulling away.
He's just... He's so good in that role.
Yeah.
He is so good.
So then he goes inside the community center and the manager of the center who's, you know, giving out the assignments and stuff.
Right.
She goes, you know, she welcomes him in and then she's like, you're tardy. And he's like, what do you mean I'm tardy? It's only 2 minutes. I'm 2 minutes late. She goes, that's tardy.
You're tardy.
You're tardy. Right. And then the one lady, because she said, you're going to be on the Christmas tree decoration team. And the lady that was doing that goes, oh, you're the criminal everyone's talking about.
You're the felon. Doesn't she say felon?
I thought that was so funny.
It is really funny because it's like a small town, right? And word gets around fast, right? So they know a felon or criminal's coming to, or got, you know, sentenced with community service, really. So, and then he meets Theo.
Yes.
Right? Is that his first? Yeah, he didn't meet him in the last one, right?
What?
Oh, no, he did meet Theo.
Yeah, he met Theo
at the police station in the last one.
Yeah.
Right. During his.
And they kind of bonded the first time.
Right.
In that episode.
So he sees Theo again and he's like, hey, buddy. And Theo's like, that's not my name. And he's like, I know. But he's like, never mind. You know,
I know.
It just cracked. I'm telling you, it just thoroughly enjoyable. Thoroughly enjoyable, right?
Yeah. And that's when.
Wait, I just got to say this part too. So the tree trimming ladies are like, take him away to Theo. They want Theo to take Josh somewhere else because they don't want him around. Yeah,
because he had an opinion about the Christmas tree with all the nutcrackers on it.
That's right. He started to, he was going to change the tree. Yep.
And Theo's like, you can come make ornaments with me because there's an ornament contest.
Oh, gosh.
So he goes with him, and I thought that was funny. And just the way Theo, I mean, he's for that age,
yes,
he is really good. And
he's really good.
really his timing with his lines, man, when he was going back and forth with Josh, when they were trying to talk about what kind of ornament he wanted.
When he was trying to explain it, when Theo was trying to explain it to
Wasn't
Josh.
that hilarious?
Because he was like, it's like when you're falling asleep and you're too tired to get up and you get a blanket on you, or you get a warm fuzzy blanket. And then he gives like all these examples and he's like, oh, because they're just not getting it.
And he said, and you're down to the last kernel of the Cracker Jack box.
That's
and you want to get all the caramel and everything.
Right. You don't want the peanut.
And Josh and Nora are looking at him like, huh?
And he just throws his hands.
That's the feeling you get, right?
Oh, it was cute. So, I understood what he was saying when he said like a warm, cozy bed. I mean, I thought that was a pretty good description for a kid, But it's hard to then transform that into an ornament, right? I mean, the feeling. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a really cool scene. And then they needed some supplies. Right.
So Theo's like, Mom, can you take him to go get some food? Well, they asked him to go, and he's like, well, I don't have a car. So I can't go. I don't have a car. And so Theo's like, Mom, can you take him? And it's so funny because it's a cop car, right? It's the sheriff's car. She puts him in the back of the seat like he's a criminal. That was so hilarious.
Oh, and that was a little bit of her from high school just, sticking it to him.
Because then she's like, oh, we got to make a stop. And that's when we first see Mrs. Kaiser,
his teacher. And he's like, what? I have beef with her.
I know. My goodness.
She's like, what?
Yeah. And I loved where her house was. It was like on the water.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was one of the scenes that I really liked, was that whole area.
That whole scene on the waterfront and where it was pretty cool, but he's still upset about a grade he got.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the grades I got in high school.
Care.
I mean, I don't care. Yeah, now, well, I mean, of course he's younger than us in this, but, and then what does he say? He says they have beef, and he says something about how he was class of 2010, and I'm like, class of 2010.
Oh, no, don't even go there.
What?
Yeah.
Are we watching with these young folks?
I know.
It was like 2010.
I remember saying that when I was that age about my mom, and it's like, now here I am, right?
I mean, it was only like 20 years after I graduated, but it's fine.
Right.
It was like, he said that. I'm like, 2010.
Yeah.
I want to cry.
But there was one scene when they were at Mrs. Kaiser's house, and Mrs. Kaiser just wants Nora to hang something for her.
Yes.
And so she's doing that, and Nora and Josh are talking, and Josh says something like, I think you've been drinking the small town Kool-Aid, Josh. And then she says, does it make you feel better to knock my life?
Yeah.
Because, and he's like, oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. Because he's still thinking about going to Australia, and, they got a business venture going on.
Well, and you can tell, part of what we're learning is that, he got out of that town. It was probably too small of a town for him. He was hugely popular, obviously, did whatever he wanted. And he got out, and he views people who stayed as like, why did you stay?
Right.
Why not thinking that maybe that's their life and they have a good life. And I think she says in that scene, I'm perfecly happy here.
I love it here.
I love it here. This is my life. What are you doing?
And people always say that. Why did you stay? And I always want to go, well, if no one stayed, you wouldn't have
no one would be here. Right.
It would be run down.
Right.
And, this is where you came from. Always remember where you came from.
Some people leave, some people stay.
That's
and some people have a drive to go somewhere else, and that's fine. But the people who stay, some people like the small town. I didn't grow up in a small town, but I can imagine there's charm to that.
Right.
Whereas the opposite, then it's everybody knows you, in a smaller town, not tiny, but so he kind of makes that dig, and you can kind of see, and he feels badly right away.
Yeah,
you can tell he feels badly right away.
He really does.
So you're getting glimpses of him as like, he's likable in a way because he's making jokes, he's trying to be funny, but he also has a heart, and you see it kind of shining through a little bit, and you see that he feels a little bit badly about that now that he's hurt her feelings, a little bit. And so, yeah. So then we end up back at the community center. And Theo's trying to explain what he wants in an ornament.
Right.
And that's, I think, when they're bickering. I think we jumped the gun a little bit, but it's, so they're bickering a little bit. They're going back and forth, and Josh is giving it back to Theo. And Theo's like 10, in this.
And then that's when Nora's like, okay, guys, we're going to call it a night.
And that's when Josh says, and every meeting with a handshake, and he shakes Theo's hand. It's kind of cute.
Which Nora thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to leave being angry.
Right. And then she leaves, right? And then they see
Josh walking down the street.
Walking home because he can't drive. His parents won't let him have their car.
And he didn't call him, I guess he just wanted to walk home.
Hey, it's small town.
Do you.
Just walk home,
Do you. And so Theo has his mom pull over, and he gets into, he says something like, because Theo's sitting in the front seat, and she made him sit in the back seat, and he was kind of like, "Oh, it must be nice to sit in the front seat, right?"
Yeah, he makes a little comment.
And then they both go siren to play the siren, and she does, and that was pretty
cute.
Cool.
So then they go to Nora's house, and he's kind of learning a little bit more about her, and right, and just they're talking, and and then it's time for Theo to go to bed. And then does he lean in for like a hug?
Yeah, he starts to walk away, and he goes, "Oh, I need to get a hug." And Josh was taken aback.
Right, because he's like, not, that's not his, And
then he was like, "Who taught you how to hug?"
Yeah.
I thought that
and that's
was funny.
when Theo gives him the necklace that his dad gave him.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And that's where you can see Josh is, he wants to break out of where he is,
Yeah, you can see he's starting to think about there's that conflict between going to Australia, staying home. And, he's starting to rekindle those feelings for Nora and all that. And that's.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they don't really say that he had feelings. Well, I guess he does at some point in the episode, but we don't know that yet.
Right.
Yeah, because he doesn't say it till later. So then Nora shows him how to hug, and they have like a nice embrace. That was such a sweet scene, because she's like, "No, you hug like this. Let me show you." And
then she's like, "Relax a little bit more.
Right.
Relax a little bit more." And then they both just lean into it. And that was such a really cute scene. So I really liked that.
So then, you go to the next day, and he's back, and I like it when he walks in, and they're like, "Seems like the only place you're welcome is ornaments," because they won't let him in any other station at the community center, which I thought was really funny.
That was so funny.
So then they do some ornament making.
Yep.
Right. And is that when they're showing the ornament?
Yes, that's when they're showing the different ornaments.
And Theo's like, no, they still haven't come up with the right idea. What did he call it?
He keeps turning them down.
What did he call the ornament, though? The life star. The life star. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, the life star.
And he kept explaining what it should look like. And so they get so frustrated. Josh is like, "You know what I do when I get frustrated? I go and I go for a walk or do something." And Theo goes, "I know what we can do, And
we can go."
And he's like, "What?" And then the next scene, they're at a carnival.
Well,
which I thought was cool. Has Stacy shown up yet at this point? She shows up at the carnival, which
right?
is funny too.
So so they go to the carnival, and Josh and Nora are having a good time, and Theo's there, and they're all having a great time. And then Stacy shows up.
Stacy shows up using that Find Me app on their phone,
which is a little creepy. Theo reminds me a lot of the little boy from Jerry Maguire.
Yes,
I can't think of the actor's name. Well, he's an adult now, but
you're right.
The little kid from there. That's who he reminded me of. But yeah, so Stacy shows up, and she's, she's kind of like, if you're on a play date, community service must be over. Yeah. Which I thought was really rude.
It was really rude.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So,
and then she's like, he has really important work to do for tomorrow. Like, what? I'd have been like, excuse you.
It was so rude.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was all about.
No. Well, we know what it was all about. She's a little jelly. A little jealous.
Yeah,
she saw she wasn't sure why he was at a carnival with another woman, and it's a fair evaluation. Okay. Even though she was a little stalkerish with her Find My Phone thing, tracking him down, but
true.
Yes.
So then they go back to his mom and dad's house, and they kind of hand out a gift to them, and it's a gift that has a key to like a retirement place.
Right.
And the look on his mom and dad's face was like,
they're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. And they thought it was a great idea. Oh, it's a great idea to put mom and dad in a
like
old folk home, right?
Well, it was like a retirement community kind of place, and then they're like, they have nurses on staff. And I think his dad's like, we don't need a nurse right now. And she's like, Stacy says, you will one day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
I know.
Really
that was rude again.
That was
right?
rude again.
That's two rudenesses she had in this one.
I think Josh is, in a weird way, coming from a good place. It seems like he thinks he's helping them,
right? Because
they live in a big house still and they're retired. But when you get older, you're not necessarily feeble. Like his parents are probably a little bit older than us. So it's like they're still capable. They're still walking, and you can't just take away their independence. Like you're the one who had 2 wrecks with their car in one night.
One night, exactly.
So, not wrecks, but you got a ticket,
right.
and then it rolled away, right?
Yeah.
So they were kind of taken aback, and they were like, "We appreciate this, but no, thank you."
I know,
right? So I mean,
sad.
that was so. But you kind of get, again, they're just showing you how Josh and Stacy are, how Josh is with his parents. You see how Nora is as a parent. She stayed in the hometown. She's a sheriff. She's really loving her life despite her, her husband passing away.
Right.
So you just get a really good glimpse at all of them.
Right.
So then, Josh leaves.
Right.
Right. He's like, I'm going to go for a walk.
I'm going to go for a walk.
And then he has to go and he has to talk to the teacher. Because he needs to find out why he
needs closure.
He needs to find out why she failed him.
Yeah. And he couldn't understand it. And it was all about a project where she said, take your best project or take your best work, throw it away, and then redo it with different
different eyes, through different eyes.
And he couldn't understand that.
He couldn't do that because it was like, do a project to perfection, like ball it up, throw it away, and then do it again, like you said, but through a different set of eyes. And
which I thought was really good.
He couldn't do that, though.
No, well,
some people, it's hard. It's hard to get out of what you think is perfect.
Yeah, can't think outside that box.
Right, he couldn't think outside that box. And then all of a sudden he gets inspiration, right? And he goes home and he's finally got the idea for the ornament.
Yes,
for Theo, he finally understands.
Right, and that's when he's talking to Stacy about the house that they were getting ready to present the drawing.
Because he's an architect,
in Australia. And she kind of didn't understand what he was talking about, which really didn't matter because he had the idea for the Life Star now.
Right. It was because of his drawing of the house. Yeah. That's right.
So the next scene is him showing up at Nora's house.
Yeah. And he wants to see Theo.
And he's talking to her, and she's kind of like, I don't want him to go through this.
To get connected.
He really
to
cares about you, and you're leaving tomorrow, and and then Theo comes walking up, and he's like, what are you doing here? And then he shows him the Life Star. Oh my God. That thing
it was cool. And it was such a good moment because Theo was like,
That's the
Life Star. It's exactly. I mean, you could tell it was exactly what he wanted.
Yes.
And then you find out why he wanted it.
Oh my God. That was a scene.
So they all sit down, and it's like can't even describe the ornament. You have to see it. So it's got light in the middle and looks like little
grass
like in
Easter
it.
egg
And
grass.
It's clear.
And
it looks like I don't know, would you say a Star Wars thing? I don't know how to describe the shape.
Like a sphere with some rings
there you
around
go.
it.
And there's a light in the middle. And why did Theo say he wanted it?
Theo was, he said the Life Star, he wanted to use it as a home for his dad. Because there's so many stars up in the sky that he just wanted that. So he put 3 things in there that his dad liked. A small little pine cone, a Cracker Jack, and a blanket.
Yeah, and that's why he said the Cracker Jack example earlier. That's why he used that. And the blanket.
Yes. And then he used his necklace as the hanging, how to hang the ornament.
How to hang the ornament. That's right, the necklace that his dad had given him.
And while he was telling that story, Nora was just
tearing up. I know.
And she was like,
and you
"Oh
can
my
see,
God."
and Josh kind of looks at her, and does he grab her hand, or I forget
Yes,
what
he grabs her
grabs her
hand,
hand, like
and,
it's it's
your
okay.
kid is awesomeness.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, that was so good, such a good scene,
and then they're like, we got an ornament contest to get to,
right?
And that's when they go back to the carnival so that he can enter in his
Theo can
ornament.
enter in his ornament. Yep.
Yeah. So while they're doing that, guess who shows up again?
Stacy.
The stalker.
Stacy comes back. She's like, that was a long walk, you know?
Yeah.
But, and then, so then they kind of get some good news. Theo shockingly wins the ornament competition.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, right?
Spoiler alert.
But shouldn't be too much of a spoiler alert. It is Hallmark.
Right.
And then you can see Stacy's realizing the connection that have developed in a short period of time.
Very short period of time.
You know what we didn't talk about was going back to Josh and Nora when he apologizes to her.
Yeah.
I think that was when they went to the carnival the first time, and they're standing there. It was before Stacy walked up. And he was like, I'm really sorry about what happened in high school because, we became friends when we were lab partners.
Yeah.
Doesn't he say something when you were my lab partner? I wasn't real excited or something.
Right.
And she says, me either, to have him. And he's taken aback by that. He's like, okay, I was popular. And then he just apologizes to her because he realizes, kids when they're young like that, he listened to his friends too much, and she wasn't in his circle.
Yeah,
and
of cool
friends. So-called cool friends, right? But he did really like her, but then he just never talked to her.
Yeah, he said he was sad when the lab was over with.
Yeah, and that happens a lot, in high school. There are cliques, and some people get left out, and you don't give people a chance because you think you're a certain way and you're really not, and we all find that out the hard way. Some people never leave high school.
No.
They think they're the same.
Yeah.
And they're not. And most other people grow up and realize that those people are not. I mean, I had a real, for me personally, I had a really positive high school experience, but, it can be hard for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids. So, but I thought that was really cool that he came around and he apologized.
Yes, he did.
Which we didn't mention.
No,
we kind of overlooked that. Yeah. Yep. So Theo wins the competition, and Stacy sees that there's something more going on than meets the eye, and she basically tells Josh that she's leaving in the morning, and he has a decision to make:
either be on the plane or not. On the plane.
Right? So we kind of don't.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
Scene.
And we also forgot to mention that Gabby shows up briefly because she shows up at Nora's house, and is that the only time she's in it?
Yes, that's the only time she's in it.
Because she's Nora's friend, and Nora's saying Gabby's coming over. So Gabby Camarena comes over, and then is that when Josh leaves?
Well, that's when she finds out that Josh is there. And
Gabby. You mean Gabby?
I mean, with Gabby, yeah. So that was a funny scene too.
Yeah, that was really good. So
it looks like this is going to be a really good series.
Yeah, it's real. That was a really
good opener.
A second really fantastic episode that was really well done, really well shot, really well written.
Yes.
And I mean, I just love Erin Cahill too. She is so fabulous.
I like her
She's just
role.
So sweet. Yes. And so I just love her, and the way she can get emotional. And Ian Harding with him playing Josh is just, he nails it.
Yes,
that
he
is,
does.
I would be shocked if there's another character that becomes my favorite character in the show, because that's right up my alley,
yes,
and I just love that. So, we're going to see.
All right. So what was your tinsel top moment?
My tinsel top moment would have to be the ornament when Theo, you're like tearing up right now, when Theo, says he did it for his dad, and here's a blanket. God. So he can see it, right? So he wanted it to light up so his dad could see the light.
So he could see it.
So he could get comfort from, that stuff. So I thought that was real. That would be mine. What about you? What's yours?
That was my tinsel top moment.
Same. Yeah, I mean, it has to be, right?
Emotional when he sees it for the first time and the story he gives.
Yes. Really good. And the look on Erin, on Nora and Josh. Yeah. Yep.
So
I think they have a winning series on their hand.
So out of 5 ornaments, how many would you hang?
5 all day, every day.
Yes.
The tree is going to be packed, I think, by the end of this. If we keep going this direction, it's going to be.
You cannot see because it will have all ornaments. So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media. If you really, really like the show and are listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, we would really appreciate your positive review. And if you didn't really, really like the show, we still appreciate your positive
review. Find something positive, right?
Yeah.
Look at the positive.
It's Hallmark. Come on.
We'll be dropping new podcast reviews of Holidazed and the new to Hallmark holiday movies every week in July. So be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing.
Nope.
Until then, fill up your glasses and push play. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.